So it's been a while since I've seen a film that managed to be so completely depressing yet uplifting at the same time. I don't know how I feel about that. Hey everyone, this is the Movieman, fellow cinephile, popcorn addict, and emerging film critic, coming to you with reliable recaps, reviews, and reactions. And today I'm here to give my out of the theater and in the theater thoughts. This time for tonight's AMC Screen Unseen showing, The Life of Chuck. Directed by Mike Flanagan and starring Tom Hiddleston, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Jacob Tremblay, and many, and I do mean many more. Story-wise, this film is centered around the eponymous Chuck as we see the dynamics of his past, present, and future, but not necessarily in that order. So, first and foremost, starting with the pros, Mike Flanagan is a director I've come to really enjoy, especially regarding the genre of horror. Just The Haunting of Hill House alone, I think that is really his magnum opus, but he's done Ouija, he's done Hush, he's done Dr. Sleep, The Haunting of Bly Manor, The Fall of the House of Usher, I mean the list goes on. And I think seeing him continue to take on Stephen King projects, of which this is one, I'm really here for it. I was so surprised to discover that this was based on a Stephen King novel. Naturally, this is one of his novellas, so this is a short story alongside Mr. Harrigan's Phone, which is another film that was adapted from that novella. But although I didn't know who the director was to begin with, I remember watching the film and noticing how many actors I recognized from the series Midnight Mass. So I was like, okay, well that's this person, that's this person. And after a while I was like, okay, is this a coincidence? Like what's going on? And then I realized it was Mike Flanagan. I'm like, oh, okay. I can't even begin to tell you the amount of actors that are in this film, not just within the Mike Flanagan, verse, if you will, but I mean like I recognize so many people. Again, ensemble cast. I've said it before, but the more I say it, I just feel like I see more and more examples of why it works so well. This is another film that just has an absolutely brilliant cast, and there's really no one in this film that doesn't feel like they don't belong, so I definitely appreciated that. As far as the cinematography and the style and the narrative, it was very unique, and it was very interesting. I saw some things I haven't actually seen before, especially in the opening scene. It was kind of like, oh, so we're doing this. Okay. This is disturbing and shocking and overwhelming, but there's a specific arc that we get starting there and then where we get to at the end. But it was a very unique structure, and it's following the novella and the short story. I mean, it's Stephen King, so it kind of makes sense, but it just was something I wasn't really expecting, even as it centers around the life of one person, and you understand later what a big impact that ends up being. Jumping over to the cons, I would say that for a good bit of this, and there were a lot of recurring moments throughout, this almost had a semi-pretentious vibe. And I say that regarding the fact that it almost felt that it was trying to be more profound than it actually was, and it was kind of almost forcing this very deep, thought-provoking, emotional, heavy, like it almost felt to me not 100% genuine and organic initially. I was kind of like, and then there were still moments throughout, I was kind of like, But I think once we got to the end, and there were still like a couple of questions I had, and that may be something I might appreciate reading the short story, but not all of it connected with me 100%. And I would also say, coming down to the ending and what I know about Act 3 and how it ties into the rest of the story, I don't know if it was made fully clear what the first act that we see really means and how that is linked to Chuck's life. Because I was kind of like, what am I missing here? And I was able to kind of figure that out fairly quickly by looking some things up. But it was very kind of like, huh? Like, what did I miss here? Overall, I didn't regret this experience. I just think there was something about the depth of it, the acting, the performances. And let me also say that I like that even though it was a heavy and emotional film, we had so many charming, heartfelt, lighthearted moments as well. So I just like the fact that it was able to balance so many different tones and maybe, you know, dynamics within the story. And it actually ended up being something that worked for me. But for now, I can say that The Life of Chuck is a fairly solid and well-made film, and given that I am all here for Mike Flanagan, I naturally am so excited to see what he has coming up next. I'm so ready for Carrie, yes, yes, yes. But even outside of that, go Mike Flanagan, I am here for it. So, once again, this is D, Movieman, signing off, and I'll see you at the movies.